Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Alex, and this might be the first time in years that after an update, a week after an update, this is what my account looks like. One unowned character. How does it feel, Netmarble? Suck it. Feels real good for me. I'm spending all my money in 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. Anyways, second channel, by the way, Cynicalex, 7 Deadly Sins content dropping there daily. Go check it out. I'm plugging myself, guys. Okay, so Mister Sinister. I made a video about him. It was pretty, but we got some more content with him now. We actually have some really hilarious content for him. So if you're having a bad day, if you're bummed out because of coronavirus, also fuck coronavirus. But if you're having a bad day, hopefully this cheers you up. I know Marvel Future Fight, I'm all about the meta. I'm all about what's hot, what's strong, you know, level 99 world boss, you're pissing on them, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But from time to time, we got to look at the funny stuff. We got to look at the more, you know, the lighter side of things. So this probably makes Mister Sinister the most entertaining character in Shadowland. So let's check this out. Now, he can technically, hi, Google Play, whatever. He can technically do stage 26 to 30 of, or 25 to 30 of World Boss. However, I will say this. However, it's tough. It's tough because his clones don't last very long, but look how hilarious this is. There is a freaking Kingpin clone. Now, this particular clone is going to die pretty quickly because his Kingpin already has physical reflect up. So as you can see, my Kingpin actually takes damage. But if we play this out for a bit, you'll be able to see that he can actually... he doesn't. So I'm dealing damage in the hundreds, but the clones deal damage in the thousands, which isn't a lot higher, but it's high enough to the point where you can't actually clear this stage, and you can guard break him the whole time with your fourth skill. So you basically stun him with 5, and then you summon your clone, and you summon another clone, and then you heal yourself, and then, well, the first clone already died, but yeah, he can clear this stage, and if you build him up better, if you get some of his gears up, if you give him some Uru, yada, 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 you can possibly get even higher. But how hilarious is it to see Kingpin slapping himself in the head? If you've ever watched The Simpsons, Stop Hitting Yourself, Nelson Muntz, this is exactly what it reminds me of. I really hope the devs would see this and see how amazingly entertaining it is and realize that they made the duration of Mister Sinister's clones too short. Now, I know he gets increased duration at tier 2, but he should have a much longer duration at tier 1. Like 6 seconds is not long enough to enjoy the hilarity of, oh man, he dies too quickly too, but the hilarity of Mister Sinister creating a Kingpin clone and then Kingpin killing Kingpin. And you can do this with any stage, and it works. It's super entertaining. So I'm gonna do one more stage for you guys. But basically, you know, if you ever want to have fun in Shadowland, I know you're mostly just trying to grind through it, get through it as fast as you can. But if you have a moment, you know, to spare, yeah, this is hilarious. Like, I'm not laughing. I know it's weird to say it's hilarious and not laugh. I laughed on stream when I saw it. I've already seen this, so it's not as funny for me anymore. But it is still very funny. It's just that the surprise and the shock of seeing you actually able to duplicate another character has, you know, worn off a little bit. But look at this. Destroyer punching Destroyer in the face. Doesn't get better than this. I wish these clones were permanent, to be honest, or I wish they had like a 20-second timer, because that would be even more entertaining. But look at that. And you can, and the thing is, look, depending on which one you clone, you get a different one. So the first time I cloned the original, here we go. We cloned the original Destroyer without the Prometheus uniform, right? Ah, okay. Now, in the next, we're next to Prometheus. He's right in front of me. I'm targeting Prometheus, so I clone Prometheus, and he clones Prometheus. Look, it's Prometheus. Like, it's just so, like, there's nothing better than this. And you can see I can definitely, I'm actually going to clear this stage here, because he can definitely do it. Now we're going to clone the original, and so he can do this at tier 1, and you can have even more fun at tier 2. Obviously, the damage is super low because I can't deal any damage. I'm dealing damage in the hundreds, but the clones can deal damage in the thousands, which is what you want. So you basically just guard break them and you let the clones do the work, and then you just grind them down slowly but surely. My name is not Shirley. Okay. You can also infinite beam, and we're going to be showing off the infinite beam in a different piece of content soon. So keep it locked for that, because it gets more hilarious. Mister Sinister can do even higher content, guys. Yeah, Mister Sinister is so strong. You'll see. Just wait. Let me just finish this one off first, and then we'll get into that. But Yeah, I cannot wait for the year, might not be the day, it might be the year, where Netmarble finally introduces more variety of content. If we get content where, for example, you can only use summons to deal damage, not only is Mr. Sinister going to be meta for that, but he's going to be super fun to play, because being able to copy bosses and seeing how it looks on the screen is just so entertaining and so amusing to me. And yeah, it's wicked. I love it. I love seeing multiple copies of Mr. Sinister, of course, but I also love seeing the fact that you can duplicate the people you're actually fighting. I just noticed now when you duplicate them, they keep Mr. Sinister's typing. So you can see there that even though I summoned Destroyer as a clone, and Destroyer is universal, my summoned clone is actually Blast. So you see there he's got the Blast typing. So yeah, we got it. So he can do stages above 24 because of the clones. But, there's more. Mr. Sinister is actually so strong, guys. He can do World Boss. He can do World Boss stage 60, Ebony Maw. Now, this is a pretty cheap way of doing things. You have to take advantage of strikers. So keep in mind that this is a bit of a cheesy strategy, but it does work. So we use Professor X, Rachel, Weapon Hex, Apocalypse, and Scarlet Witch here. And this actually does forecast. This should forecast Mr. Sinister's ability to clear even higher stages of Ebony with Weapon Hex. You don't want to bring along Captain America. You actually wouldn't want to bring along Scarlet Witch as well when he's at tier 2, when he's actually built up level 70, because he has all defense down on his 5th skill. So once you see Weapon Hex attack, you can pop the 5 and you can very easily burst your way up to 100% all defense down. So basically all you do is the 4th skill, and you just sit here beaming and beaming, and the strikers just do their thing, and they beam and they beam and they beam. And then when you see Rachel, you do 5 and you push the all defense down, and look, see? It actually, he's tier 1, guys. He's tier 1, and so you just sit here, you sit in the beam, you wait until you see Weapon Hex. You're just sitting here, waiting. Where's Weapon Hex? Where's Weapon Hex? Come on, girl. There she is. Now you pop the 5, and then you go back to beaming, and oh, maybe I messed it up this time. But anyways, it takes me about the full 5 minutes. I'll be honest with you. It takes a while, but it 100% works. So we're just gonna sit here and wait until I'm gonna pop the team up skill here. Pop the 5. Now we goofed up a little bit. We canceled the 4 too early. Back to the 4. Get these summons to come out. You need a pretty strict list of strikers. You can't really substitute many of the strikers. You've got tons of mind control from all of these characters. But look at that. When you pop the all defense down and they come in, he might be able to do stage 99 at tier 2 if he can do stage 60 at tier 1. Like, what? How is that even possible? But look at the all defense down from 5. Synergizes so well with Weapon Hex. Don't even need Captain America. Who's Captain America, bro? You guys did not expect this in the video, did you? Did you? I know you didn't. There's Weapon Hex. Oh, was that Weapon Hex? Come back. Come back. There she is. There's my girl. Pop the 5. Look at that damage. And so I'm not actually doing damage, but I am sort of allowing the strikers to do more damage. It's pretty wild. Basically, I'm pushing the all defense down to 100%. So then later on, when the strikers jump in, they have... I'm going to pop the co-op here. Later on, when the strikers jump in, they will have 100% all defense down with which to do more damage. So that is why the damage actually does spike. It's not because Mr. Sinister has OP damage. No. But the synergy with Weapon Hex is real. So it is a bit of a bummer in Netmarble's case that they designed this character to actually take advantage of Weapon Hex's extra summon, because she's actually so good for him as a striker because of his 5th skill having insane all defense down, that you know, it's got, you know, minus 35 with each hit. So 3 hits and you're already at 100%. It's that quick. That you might actually want to use Weapon Hex as a striker rather than as a teammate for Mr. Sinister. So try that out. I'm actually shocked. We're going even faster than I thought we would. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention the last time I played this. I think I was brushing my teeth, to be honest. When I usually try out these wacky builds and these wacky teams and these sort of like stupid things when I'm brushing my teeth or just when I'm busy. because I can't actually focus on the game. So I think if you do focus and you pay attention to weapon hacks and you always pop 5, you can see there's a huge burst of damage when you pop 5 right after her 4. Not right after, but, you know, like a second after you see her going out and slashing. There she is. So then you pop 5 and you see that big burst. This works so well. Oh my god, it's way faster than before. He can go higher than 60. This is bananas. Well, the strikers can go higher than 60. Wow. Stage 60 in 3.5 minutes. Tier 1 Mister Sinister. That was so sinister. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I mean, this is basically the power of the strikers, but Mister Sinister is a mega meme. He's not just a meme, he's a mega meme. Bro, I don't think you ever knew that you wanted to see Kingpin slapping Kingpin in the face, but now you do and you can't get enough of it. So what do? No, you don't bring Kingpin into Shadowland, dummy. You bring Mister Sinister into Shadowland and you let him slap himself around. So that's pretty awesome. I really dig that. I think Mister Sinister is going to be kind of like slapstick for me, where the character doesn't offer a lot of value in terms of meta, flavor, but just offers a vacation from the meta and a vacation from characters that are just like damage, 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 go, 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 you know, always running for first place, whereas he is something more of a flavorful, sort of fun character that you just take out once in a while and enjoy for the time being. I wonder if you try to clone the smaller Sentinels in Master Mold GBR, what happens? If someone could tell me in the comments down below, I would love to know. I'm guessing if you clone Master Mold, you're going to get just a generic clone, but will you get a generic clone of the smaller Sentinels that come out? Because those are base model Sentinels from the Sentinel that we have, right? So you should technically get a Sentinel like this, no? I'm guessing that you would. Yeah, I'm stoked to see. The great thing about characters like Slapstick and Mister Sinister is that if we ever get content in the future, or if we like new content or reworked content that actually makes these characters more viable, it'll be even more entertaining to use them. For example, say if they rework Alliance Conquest and they create a node system like Contest of Champions, and then there's a node that increases summons by 10, like the number of summons by 10, and increases their duration by 500%, and increases their damage and HP by 500%. And then you bring Mister Sinister in, and you cast his clone skill, but instead of summoning 1 clone, it summons 10. And then you do the Helix Beam, and instead of copying 1, it copies 10. So now you have 20 Mister Sinisters chilling, and they're all doing like massive damage. How sick would that be? That would be hilarious, right? Like you do Loki's illusion skill, but instead of summoning 4 Lokis, 4 Loki, reference, Brian Grant, it summons 40 Lokis. 10 times might be too many, maybe like times 2 or times 3, but the possibilities are absolutely gorgeous and really funny. So yeah, there's always this array of hope in my life for that. So let me know what you think of Mister Sinister. Did I surprise you with that level 60 clear? Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.